Behind the dazzling stadium lights, the record-breaking tours, and the billions of online streams lies a question that has quietly fascinated millions across the world for years. How much does a member of BTS actually earn? Not the headlines celebrating global achievements, nor the staggering company valuations discussed by financial analysts, but the estimated annual compensation that remains hidden behind confidential contracts, corporate structures, and an entertainment industry famous for protecting its financial secrets. Official documents reveal only fragments, while industry experts, investment analysts, and entertainment insiders continue assembling pieces of a puzzle that may never be fully completed. By 2026, countless estimates have circulated across media reports and financial discussions, yet the precise figures remain closely guarded. Some estimates appear surprisingly modest compared to public perception, while others suggest earnings that rival executives of multinational corporations. What makes the mystery even more compelling is that these numbers represent only a portion of each member's total wealth, leaving royalties, investments, intellectual property, and undisclosed partnerships beyond public view. As official records remain limited, the following countdown is based on widely circulated industry estimates and publicly discussed financial analyses, rather than officially confirmed salaries. Whether these estimates reflect reality or merely scratch the surface of an even greater financial story remains one of the entertainment industry's most enduring mysteries. Number 7. Jimin. Estimated annual base income, USD 8.4 million. As dawn breaks over Seoul's skyline and another business day begins inside the headquarters of South Korea's entertainment giants, countless financial decisions quietly unfold behind closed doors, far removed from the roaring stadium crowds that define BTS's public image. Somewhere within confidential contracts, royalty statements, and corporate compensation structures exists information that the public rarely gets to see. Among the most debated subjects is the estimated annual income of Park Jimin. Various industry estimates circulating throughout 2026 suggest that Jimin's annual base compensation could be approximately USD 8.4 million, although no official documentation has publicly confirmed this figure. At first glance, many observers find this estimate unexpectedly low, considering his extraordinary global popularity. After all, Jimin has repeatedly demonstrated immense commercial power as both a BTS member and a solo artist, with multiple chart achievements, streaming milestones, and an international fan base capable of influencing music markets worldwide. This apparent contradiction has fueled years of speculation among entertainment analysts. Financial experts frequently point out that the phrase annual base income represents only one component of a much larger financial ecosystem. Royalties from songwriting, publishing rights, streaming revenue, performance bonuses, merchandise participation, equity ownership, investments, licensing agreements, and global endorsement campaigns often exist outside what many would consider a traditional salary. Public corporate disclosures provide insight into HYBE's overall financial performance, but they do not reveal detailed individual compensation packages for each BTS member. As a result, analysts rely on comparable executive compensation, entertainment industry benchmarks, public royalty databases, and historical business patterns to construct reasonable estimates. Some observers argue that Jimin intentionally prioritizes long-term intellectual property income rather than maximizing guaranteed annual compensation, while others believe that confidential contractual arrangements could significantly alter the financial picture. Various discussions within investment communities have also suggested that profit-sharing mechanisms inside major entertainment agencies often fluctuate depending on touring activity, album releases, military obligations, licensing schedules, and strategic business planning. This makes any single annual estimate difficult to verify with complete certainty. Another factor frequently overlooked involves timing. Financial reporting periods rarely align perfectly with artistic activities. Income generated during one promotional cycle may be recognized in different accounting periods depending on contractual obligations, tax structures, and international distribution agreements. Consequently, two analysts reviewing identical public information may still arrive at noticeably different conclusions regarding annual earnings. Meanwhile, public fascination continues to blur the distinction between personal wealth and yearly compensation. Net worth estimates often include appreciating assets accumulated over many years, whereas annual salary reflects only 1 year's compensation before considering numerous additional revenue streams. This distinction explains why an artist, widely believed to possess enormous wealth, could still appear relatively modest when viewed solely through estimated annual salary figures. Entertainment economists also note that globally successful artists increasingly earn more through ownership of intellectual property than through guaranteed salaries alone, further complicating attempts to estimate actual yearly income. The absence of official confirmation ensures that discussions surrounding Jimin's financial standing remain largely speculative, supported by partial evidence rather than complete transparency. Yet perhaps this uncertainty itself is what keeps the mystery alive. If an artist capable of influencing global music charts is estimated at approximately USD 8.4 million in annual base income, how much larger might the unseen financial landscape truly be?
Number 6. Jin. Estimated annual base income, USD $8.8 million. As evening settles over Seoul and the illuminated skyline reflects the immense influence of South Korea's entertainment industry, countless financial transactions continue beyond the cameras and public attention. Behind every successful album release, sold-out concert, and global endorsement lies a sophisticated network of contracts, licensing agreements, royalty distributions, and corporate negotiations that remain confidential. It is within this hidden financial framework that Kim Sek-jin, known worldwide as Jin, occupies a position that has sparked considerable discussion among entertainment analysts. According to various industry estimates circulating throughout 2026, Jin's annual base income is believed to be approximately USD $8.8 million. However, no official records released by HYBE or Jin himself have confirmed this amount, making it an estimate derived from publicly available financial analyses, rather than a verified figure. This uncertainty has fueled ongoing debate, particularly because Jin's global recognition extends far beyond his role as BTS's eldest member. His solo releases have demonstrated substantial commercial performance, while his reputation as a premium brand ambassador continues to attract attention from major international companies. To many observers, these accomplishments raise an obvious question. If Jin commands such remarkable influence, why would estimates place his annual base income below what many fans might expect? Financial specialists argue that the answer lies in understanding how major entertainment companies structure compensation. A celebrity's annual salary is rarely designed to represent the entirety of their earnings. Instead, it often functions as one layer within a far more complex financial system that includes music royalties, publishing income, streaming revenue, merchandising participation, concert profit sharing, endorsement contracts, equity ownership, investment portfolios, and intellectual property rights accumulated over years of artistic activity. These additional revenue streams frequently exceed the guaranteed annual compensation itself, yet remain largely invisible to the public due to confidentiality agreements and private business arrangements. Official corporate disclosures reveal HYBE's overall financial performance,
but stop well short of identifying individual payment structures for specific artists. As a result, analysts rely on indirect indicators, such as industry averages, historical compensation trends, company performance, market valuations, and comparable executive contracts to estimate what individual members may receive. Different methodologies naturally produce different conclusions, explaining why estimates often vary across financial reports. Another factor that complicates these calculations is Jin's career timeline. Following periods of mandatory military service and his subsequent return to public activities, analysts have noted that compensation structures may shift significantly depending on promotional schedules, album releases, touring commitments, and commercial campaigns. An artist returning after an extended absence may temporarily prioritize rebuilding promotional momentum, while larger revenue opportunities emerge gradually through endorsements, new music releases, and international projects. Consequently, a single year's estimated salary cannot always capture the long-term earning potential of an artist whose career spans well over a decade. Various market observers have also pointed toward Jin's exceptional brand value. Luxury fashion houses, premium consumer brands, and global marketing campaigns frequently seek ambassadors capable of generating immediate worldwide attention, and Jin's influence has repeatedly demonstrated that ability. Yet, endorsement agreements themselves are often protected by strict confidentiality clauses, meaning their financial value rarely becomes public knowledge. This leaves analysts to infer possible earnings using industry benchmarks rather than official disclosures. Adding another layer to the mystery is the distinction between wealth and yearly income. Public discussions often confuse annual salary with total net worth, despite the two representing distinctly different financial measurements. Years of successful albums, touring revenue, investments, intellectual property ownership, and diversified assets can create substantial long-term wealth, regardless of a comparatively modest annual salary estimate. Entertainment economists frequently emphasize that established artists increasingly generate lasting income through ownership rather than fixed compensation, making traditional salary figures only one small piece of a much larger financial picture. As long as confidential contracts remain inaccessible, the true scale of Jin's annual earnings will continue to invite speculation rather than certainty. The estimate of USD 8.8 million may represent only the visible surface of an intricate financial structure hidden beneath layers of private agreements and undisclosed revenue streams. If the publicly discussed estimate is merely the foundation, what figures might exist beyond the boundaries of official disclosure, known only to those who negotiated the contracts themselves?
Number 5. J-Hope. Estimated annual base income, USD $9.2 million. As the first light of morning reaches the glass towers of Seoul's financial district, another cycle of negotiations, licensing agreements, royalty calculations, and corporate decisions quietly begins behind doors that rarely open to public scrutiny. While millions of fans measure success through sold-out arenas, chart records, and viral performances, financial analysts examine a very different landscape, one composed of confidential contracts, intellectual property rights, investment portfolios, and carefully structured compensation packages. Within this hidden system stands jungkook, known globally as J-Hope, an artist whose influence extends far beyond the stage. According to various industry estimates discussed throughout 2026, J-Hope's annual base income is believed to be approximately USD $9.2 million. Yet, as with every figure in this countdown, no official statement from Hive or J-Hope has confirmed this number. Instead, it represents an estimate compiled from publicly available financial analyses, entertainment industry benchmarks, and observations of his commercial activities. The absence of official confirmation has naturally encouraged widespread speculation, particularly because J-Hope's career has consistently demonstrated an ability to generate significant commercial value, both as a member of BTS and as an independent artist. His solo music projects, international festival appearances, luxury brand collaborations, and expanding global recognition have strengthened his reputation as one of the most influential performers in contemporary K-pop.
This raises an unavoidable question. If his global influence appears so substantial, why would his estimated annual base income remain at approximately USD $9.2 million? Financial experts often explain that annual salary should never be mistaken for total annual earnings. In the modern entertainment industry, especially at the level occupied by globally recognized artists, guaranteed compensation frequently represents only a fraction of overall income. Royalties from songwriting and music production, streaming revenue, publishing rights, merchandise participation, concert profit sharing, licensing agreements, endorsement campaigns, equity holdings, and private investments may collectively exceed the value of any reported salary. Because these additional revenue streams are typically protected by confidentiality agreements, the public can only estimate their scale through indirect evidence. Analysts therefore construct financial models using available corporate disclosures, market comparisons, historical trends, and the observable commercial performance of each artist. Different analytical methods inevitably produce different conclusions, making every estimate subject to debate rather than certainty. J-Hope presents an especially interesting case because of his creative involvement beyond performing. Throughout his career, he has participated not only as an entertainer, but also as a songwriter, composer, and creative contributor. Within the music industry, ownership of creative work often generates long-term royalty income that continues long after an album's initial release. These recurring payments can accumulate over many years, making it difficult to separate annual salary from continuing intellectual property income. Official records acknowledge songwriting credits and published works, but they do not disclose the precise financial returns generated by each composition. Consequently, analysts attempting to estimate J-Hope's annual earnings must account for variables that remain largely visible outside confidential accounting records. His international activities have added another layer of complexity. Major festival performances, global promotional appearances, and collaborations with luxury brands frequently involve contractual arrangements negotiated independently from standard artist compensation. Although such partnerships are often announced publicly, the financial terms are almost never disclosed. Various industry observers believe these commercial relationships contribute substantially to his overall income, while others argue that long-term branding value may outweigh immediate financial compensation. Without access to confidential agreements, neither perspective can be confirmed with complete confidence. Another element frequently overlooked is the evolving structure of artist compensation within major entertainment companies. As the global music industry increasingly emphasizes ownership, licensing, and intellectual property, fixed salaries become less representative of an artist's actual financial position. Entertainment economists have noted that established performers with diversified revenue streams often prioritize long-term asset growth over higher guaranteed annual compensation. If this assessment is accurate, then J-Hope's estimated base income may reveal only one carefully measured component of a far broader financial strategy. The distinction between public perception and documented evidence therefore remains significant. Fans often associate popularity with enormous annual salaries, yet financial reality is shaped by contractual timing, accounting practices, taxation, investment strategies, and revenue recognition schedules that rarely become public knowledge. As a result, estimates such as USD $9.2 million should be understood as informed approximations rather than verified facts. Until official disclosures emerge, which may never happen, the complete structure of J-Hope's annual earnings will remain hidden behind confidential agreements known only to a limited number of executives, accountants, and legal advisors. Perhaps the greatest mystery is not whether the estimate is accurate, but whether it reveals only a small fraction of a financial empire whose true scale continues to exist beyond public view.
Number 3. Jungkook. Estimated annual base income, USD $10.8 million. As another day begins across the global music industry, streaming platforms quietly register millions of new plays, digital storefronts process purchases in dozens of countries, and financial systems calculate royalties that travel across continents before reaching the accounts of artists, publishers, and entertainment companies. Behind these invisible transactions lies a financial network so complex that even experienced analysts often struggle to determine how much a global superstar truly earns in a single year. Few figures illustrate this mystery more clearly than Jungkook. Regarded by many as one of the most commercially influential artists of his generation, Jungkook has consistently demonstrated an extraordinary ability to transform musical success into worldwide economic impact. According to various industry estimates circulating throughout 2026, his annual base income is believed to be approximately USD $10.8 million. However, no official documentation released by HYBE or Jungkook has publicly confirmed this amount. Like the other estimates presented in this countdown, the figure originates from public financial analyses, industry observations, and market evaluations,
rather than verified salary disclosures. Even so, the estimate has become the subject of intense discussion because many observers expected an even larger figure based on Jungkook's unprecedented commercial achievements. His solo releases have repeatedly generated remarkable streaming numbers, international chart success, and widespread media attention, prompting financial analysts to examine whether annual salary alone can accurately represent the earnings of an artist operating at such an exceptional level. Entertainment economists frequently emphasize that guaranteed compensation forms only one component of a much broader financial structure. In today's global music business, artists with Jungkook's influence often generate income simultaneously through album sales, digital streaming, concert participation, merchandise revenue, publishing rights, licensing agreements, brand partnerships, advertising campaigns, performance royalties, intellectual property ownership, and strategic investments. Most of these revenue streams remain protected by confidential contracts, preventing the public from calculating their precise financial value. As a result, analysts must construct estimates using fragmented information drawn from corporate financial disclosures, historical industry trends, public performance data, and comparable commercial activities. Different analytical models naturally produce different conclusions, which explains why estimates concerning Jungkook's earnings continue to vary across financial publications. One of the most significant factors distinguishing Jungkook from many contemporary artists is the scale of his international reach. His music has consistently performed across multiple regions simultaneously, expanding revenue opportunities far beyond domestic markets. Every stream generated outside South Korea, every international licensing agreement, every synchronized commercial use, and every overseas promotional campaign potentially contributes additional layers of income beyond any estimated annual salary. Yet because these agreements remain confidential, analysts can only approximate their cumulative value through observable commercial performance rather than direct financial evidence. Official records clearly document many of Jungkook's chart achievements and commercial milestones, but they stop short of revealing the financial arrangements responsible for transforming those achievements into personal compensation. This gap between public accomplishments and private financial records has become one of the primary reasons his estimated earnings remain surrounded by speculation. Another subject frequently discussed within investment circles concerns Jungkook's long-term commercial value. Financial experts often distinguish between immediate annual compensation and sustainable earning power. An artist capable of maintaining extraordinary global popularity may negotiate contracts that prioritize future royalties, ownership rights, and profit participation over higher guaranteed salaries. If such strategies exist, then the estimated USD $10.8 million annual base income could represent only a carefully structured foundation beneath significantly larger long-term revenue streams. Various market observers have also suggested that artists at Jungkook's level increasingly benefit from diversified business relationships extending beyond traditional music activities. Luxury fashion collaborations, global advertising campaigns, exclusive partnerships, and digital platform agreements frequently involve financial terms that remain undisclosed to the public. While the existence of many collaborations is publicly known, their exact economic value is protected by confidentiality clauses, leaving analysts to rely on market benchmarks instead of verified documentation. This uncertainty ensures that every estimate remains exactly that, an informed approximation rather than an established fact. Another important distinction involves the difference between annual income and accumulated wealth. Years of successful releases, intellectual property ownership, investment growth, and expanding commercial influence often create financial portfolios that extend well beyond a single year's salary. Consequently, even an estimated annual compensation exceeding $10 million may reveal only a fraction of Jungkook's broader financial position. As long as official compensation records remain accessible, no analyst can confidently claim to possess the complete picture. The estimate of USD $10.8 million may be remarkably accurate, significantly understated, or merely one visible component of an economic empire built upon years of unprecedented global success. Until confidential agreements become public, an outcome considered highly unlikely, the true scale of Jungkook's annual earnings will remain hidden behind corporate confidentiality, private negotiations, and financial structures known to a select circle of executives and advisors.
Number 2. Taeyoung. Estimated annual base income USD $12 million. As the first rays of sunlight reflect across the towering glass buildings of Seoul's business district, another day begins inside an industry where some of the world's most valuable creative assets are negotiated behind sealed conference room doors. Contracts are reviewed in silence, royalty statements are processed through complex international systems, and financial agreements involving millions of dollars remain protected by confidentiality clauses that few outsiders will ever see. Within this hidden financial landscape stands Kim Tae-young, better known globally as V, a performer whose influence has repeatedly extended far beyond music. According to various industry estimates discussed throughout 2026, Tae-young's annual base income is believed to be approximately USD $12 million. Yet despite the widespread circulation of this figure among entertainment observers and financial commentators, no official disclosure from HYBE or Tae-young has publicly confirmed the exact amount. Like every estimate in this countdown, it is derived from publicly available financial analyses, industry benchmarks, and observations of commercial activity, rather than verified salary records. That distinction is critical because the financial reality surrounding globally recognized artists is rarely as straightforward as a single number suggests. To many observers, the estimate itself raises an intriguing contradiction. Tae-young has consistently ranked among the most recognizable faces in the global entertainment industry, attracting extraordinary engagement across social media, luxury fashion, and international advertising campaigns. His ability to influence consumer behavior has made him one of the most sought-after ambassadors for premium brands, while his artistic reputation continues to generate worldwide attention with every public appearance. Considering this remarkable commercial reach, many analysts have questioned whether an estimated annual base income of USD $12 million accurately reflects his true earning power or merely represents one visible component of a much larger financial structure hidden from public view. Entertainment economists frequently emphasize that guaranteed compensation should never be confused with total annual earnings. In modern entertainment, particularly at the level occupied by BTS, an artist's financial portfolio often consists of multiple independent revenue streams operating simultaneously. Album sales, digital streaming, publishing royalties, songwriting participation, merchandise revenue, concert profit sharing, licensing agreements, endorsement contracts, intellectual property ownership, equity participation, and long-term investments all contribute to overall wealth. Because many of these agreements remain confidential, analysts attempting to estimate Taeyoung's annual income must rely on indirect indicators rather than complete financial disclosures. Public corporate reports provide insight into HYBE's overall performance, but reveal almost nothing regarding individual artist compensation. Consequently, different financial experts often arrive at different conclusions depending on the assumptions used in their analytical models. One of the strongest arguments supporting Taeyoung's relatively high estimated income lies in his exceptional brand value. Throughout his career, he has developed a public image that extends naturally into luxury fashion, premium consumer products, and global lifestyle marketing. Industry observers frequently describe celebrity influence as an economic asset capable of generating enormous commercial returns even without constant promotional activity. Every appearance, campaign, magazine feature, or international collaboration potentially increases both immediate compensation and long-term market value. However, the financial terms governing such partnerships are almost never disclosed publicly. Confidentiality agreements protect both corporate interest and personal privacy, leaving outside analysts to estimate values using comparable endorsement deals across the international entertainment industry. This inevitably introduces uncertainty into every calculation. Another factor often overlooked involves the evolving economics of intellectual property. Successful artists increasingly derive significant income not only from performing but also from ownership of creative content and participation in long-term licensing arrangements. While official records acknowledge many of Taeyoung's artistic achievements and commercial successes, they step well short of detailing the exact financial mechanisms through which those accomplishments generate revenue. Some analysts therefore argue that the estimated USD $12 million annual base income may represent only the guaranteed portion of a far more diversified compensation structure. Others caution that without official documentation, such conclusions remain speculative, regardless of how persuasive the available evidence appears. The distinction between annual salary and accumulated wealth further complicates public understanding. Years of successful global activities, strategic investments, intellectual property growth, and expanding international influence can create financial resources that
far exceed any single year's reported compensation. As a result, even a figure as substantial as $12 million may reveal only a limited glimpse into Taehyung's overall financial position. Until confidential contracts and internal corporate records become accessible, which industry observers consider extremely unlikely, the complete picture will remain hidden behind legal protections and private negotiations. What the public see are estimates carefully assembled from incomplete information. What remains unseen may tell a far more remarkable story. If an artist whose influence reaches virtually every corner of the global entertainment industry is estimated to receive approximately $12 million in annual base income, then one final question remains before this countdown reaches its conclusion. What level of financial value belongs to the member who stands at the very top?
Number 1, RM. Estimated annual base income, $13 million. As midnight settles over Seoul, the city that gave birth to one of the most influential musical phenomena in modern history appears almost motionless. Yet, behind the quiet skyline, an entirely different world continues to operate without pause. Financial departments reconcile international royalty payments arriving from every continent. Legal teams review licensing agreements written months earlier. Publishing companies calculate intellectual property revenues generated by millions of streams that never truly stop. Investment analysts evaluate the long-term value of artists whose influence extends beyond music into global culture itself. Within this intricate financial ecosystem stands Kim Namjoon, known worldwide as RM, the leader of BTS, and, according to various industry estimates discussed throughout 2026, the member believed to receive the highest estimated annual base income at approximately $13 million. It is important to emphasize that this figure has not been officially confirmed by HYBE or RM himself. Instead, it reflects estimates derived from publicly available financial analyses, industry observations, and widely discussed market evaluations, rather than verified salary disclosures. Nevertheless, among financial observers, this estimate has become one of the most compelling subjects surrounding BTS's economic structure, because RM's contributions extend far beyond those of a traditional performer. For years, RM has occupied a role that combines artistic leadership, creative development, songwriting, lyric composition, strategic communication, and international representation. Official records consistently acknowledge his extensive participation in writing and producing BTS's music, with numerous songwriting and publishing credits accumulated throughout the group's career. Within the music industry, ownership of intellectual property frequently becomes one of the most valuable long-term financial assets an artist can possess. Every licensed performance, streaming session, broadcast, synchronization agreement, and future commercial use involving works in which RM holds publishing rights has the potential to generate continuing royalty income. However, the exact financial value of those rights remains confidential, protected by contracts that are inaccessible to the public. This has led many entertainment economists to argue that annual base compensation alone may reveal only a fraction of RM's true earning capacity. Another reason frequently cited by analysts concerns leadership itself. While leadership within a music group is often viewed primarily through artistic or organizational responsibilities, it may also carry significant strategic importance behind the scenes. RM has served as one of BTS's principal spokespersons in international media, representing the group during high-profile interviews, diplomatic appearances, cultural initiatives, and global business engagements. Although no official documentation indicates that these responsibilities translate directly into higher guaranteed compensation, some financial observers speculate that his broader role within the organization could influence contractual negotiations over time. Others strongly disagree, arguing that BTS has consistently emphasized equality among its members, and that any substantial differences in annual compensation are more likely tied to individual creative contributions, publishing ownership, or separate commercial activities. Without access to confidential agreements, neither position can be confirmed conclusively. Industry analysts also point toward RM's expanding influence beyond music itself. Over the years, his reputation has evolved from that of a performer into that of a respected cultural figure, whose interests encompass literature, art, museums, public speaking, and intellectual discourse. Such a public image creates commercial opportunities that differ from conventional entertainment endorsements. Global brands increasingly seek ambassadors capable of representing sophistication, credibility, and long-term cultural relevance rather than simple popularity alone. While several collaborations involving RM have become public knowledge, the financial terms attached to those agreements remain undisclosed. As a result, analysts attempting to estimate his overall annual compensation must rely on indirect comparisons with similar global figures, rather than documented financial evidence. One of the most persistent misconceptions surrounding celebrity finances is the assumption that salary represents total income. In reality, experienced financial experts consistently distinguish between annual base compensation, variable bonuses, royalties, licensing income, equity participation, investments, and accumulated wealth. These categories often operate independently of one another. An artist may receive a comparatively modest guaranteed salary while simultaneously generating substantial recurring income through ownership of intellectual property and diversified investments. Conversely, a larger annual salary does not necessarily indicate greater long-term wealth. This distinction has become central to discussion surrounding RM's estimated financial position, particularly given his extensive creative involvement throughout BTS's history.
Official corporate disclosures from TYPE continue to provide valuable information regarding the company's overall financial performance, yet they stop short of revealing detailed individual compensation packages for each member. Consequently, every estimate published by financial commentators remains exactly that, an estimate. Some market analysts believe the widely discussed figure of $13 million accurately reflects RM's estimated annual base income based on available evidence. Others argue that the true figure could be considerably different once confidential royalty arrangements, publishing agreements, and private contractual provisions are taken into account. Both perspectives ultimately reach the same conclusion: complete certainty is impossible without official disclosure. Perhaps that uncertainty explains why discussions surrounding BTS's finances continue to capture worldwide attention. The public sees record-breaking albums, sold-out stadiums, historic awards, and global influence measured in billions of streams, yet the financial architecture supporting those achievements remains largely hidden from view. Every estimate is built from fragments of publicly available information, leaving significant portions of the story concealed behind legal agreements, corporate confidentiality, and private negotiations. If the estimate of $13 million truly represents RM's annual base income, it already places him among the highest-paid figures in contemporary entertainment. But if, as many analysts believe, annual salary is merely the visible foundation of a much larger financial structure driven by royalties, intellectual property, and long-term investments, then the real question may no longer be how much RM earns each year. The greater mystery is whether the world has ever come close to understanding the true economic scale of BTS's global empire at all.